So, you've been playing Overwatch, huh? The game where a bunch of superheroes fight each other for some reason. Well, I can't say that having to fight with each other is exactly a sign of happy, fun, good times for all. There are quite a few members of the Overwatch superhero conglomerate who actually have a very tragic past and are a far cry from Bastion living in the woods with his little bird Ganymede to keep him company. So who are the top 10 most tragic characters in Overwatch? Let's find out. In our number 10 spot. Okay, look, I know the word night is stretched pretty thin when we have artists, musicians, politicians, and the actual time of day, all represented by the same term as what is used to represent people from the 1100 who beat each other across the head with hammers until they bled to death. But Reinhardt is an old soul seeking the nobility of the knighthood from the Knights of the Round Table. He was committed to his companions and to the founding of Overwatch. He stuck with it up until the point when he was forced to quit because he was getting too old. And in his retirement, he was forced to sit on the sidelines and watch as Overwatch collapsed and all of its leadership either died or went into complete disarray. Now sure, he's been revitalized a little bit having Overwatch come back and him being included in the fray once more, but you gotta remember that at this point, he's an old man. Most likely, most of his power is actually coming from his powered metal suit and hammer than anything. And what do you think goes through somebody's head when the organization they were a part of collapses the minute they're gone? Reinhardt might have bravado and he might have strength of heart, but both in gameplay and in lore, there's an immense pressure on Reinhardt to carry the team. Also, I think this guy is a master of overcommitment. I think I've seen him flinging himself along with enemy team members off the edges of cliffs more often than I can count. Come on, Reinhardt, chill out. I know you're old, but you have so much to live for. Also, we need you to push this cart because without you, we don't have a shield and we're gonna get mowed down by a Bastion. In our number 9 spot. In the wake of modern Overwatch with its bombastic tracers, Winstons, Reapers, and Soldier 76s, it's easy to forget the little people. While tracers running around going,
"Don't worry, loves. Cavalry's here."
You have May sitting in the back, and what does she say? Come on, go ahead, you have 5 seconds. Tell me what lines May actually says.
Hanging there.
Okay, so it's not snappy, it's not memorable, but May has a more important message. She tells you to hang in there. Just like those posters that you have in your office every day, she's there to remind you that you have the power to get through it. And boy, does she know about getting through it. You see, before becoming the Ice Queen Elsa of the Overwatch universe,
You have to let it go.
let's just let that joke go before I regret everything. May didn't have the fancy freeze ray, freeze guns, or immunity to frost, cold, or any of the above. May was just a normal person, a conservationist living a hard-knock conservationist life in the watch points of Antarctica. One day, though, all of her nerdy scientist buddies and her were caught in a terrible blizzard, and as they slowly dwindle away their rations, they were forced into the most desperate of survival situations, having to go into cryostasis in order to try to preserve themselves until rescue. By the time May was rescued, every single one of her colleagues had died. She was the last member in cryostasis to emerge, and she came to a world that was no longer hers. She hadn't aged a day, but Overwatch was no longer around, the global warming had gotten worse, and she didn't really know what time she was in anymore. She'd essentially gotten flung off like Marty McFly into a different timeline. Despite this, she picks up the pieces. Don't have friends anymore? That's fine, I have a robot, I don't need friends. And yeah, you better believe that when May's wearing that firefighter suit, she's probably thinking, man, wouldn't it have been nice if this had shown up for me about 25 years ago? In number 8. In the number 8 spot, it's Zarya. Man, what is with all the muscular people and the tragedies? Like, it seems like every muscle they have another tragedy to go along with it. Remind me to never go and work out. Zarya's backstory is the same as any Olympic athlete's. She wanted to be the best, in this case, at weightlifting and bodybuilding. And she trained long and hard so that she could accomplish her dream and become the best there ever was and bring pride to her country.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
Instead, tragedy hit. The Omnic Crisis came about and robots of all shapes and sizes came to destroy her village over and over again. So she was forced to join the military to protect what she had held dear once, her home. Zarya is not a superhero. She doesn't have any powers, she's just strong and can hold a big gun that does a lot of sciencey stuff that she had nothing to do with. It was all military standard issue. She sacrificed everything about her future so that she could ensure that she still had a home, and so that the people that she loved wouldn't have to suffer. Now, whether or not the pink hair dye is standard issue in the Russian military is reserved for a conversation at another time. In the number 7 spot. Overwatch is so well known for having such an exotic cast of characters. I mean, just look at the lineup. We have Winston, Tracer, Widowmaker, Roadhog. Anna? Anna, like the top 50 most common names, Anna? Really? All right, buddy, forget about Sombra. Sombra is off the plate. I can already see the future. It's Michael. Michael is the next Overwatch hero. Michael is gonna be so OP, guys. Just wait for it, I'm telling you. Now, Anna's a bit of an inverse of Reinhardt, whereas Reinhardt was forced into retirement because he lived so fully as part of Overwatch during his life. Anna spent most of her life in Overwatch dead. So here she is, back from a bullet to the brain from Widowmaker's rifle, enjoying her post-Overwatch days to the fullest. See, I don't think that retirement works that way, Anna. Once upon a time, while being an epic battle mom for her daughter Farah, yes, that Farah, even her daughter has a cooler name than her, come on! Anna decided, while being second in command of Overwatch, to go out and, save some hostages. No typical Overwatch stuff. But as fate would have it, she met her match against an opposing sniper. A sniper known by the name of Widowmaker. And when she finally pinned Widowmaker, she recognized the face as somebody that she had once known. Unable to take the shot, Widowmaker decided to take it for her and shot Anna straight through the skull, leaving her bedridden for years. Hey Widowmaker, you think you might maybe be the world's best assassin if you'd actually check if things were dead before you just, assumed? I think you wanted her dead, right? Oh, and I guess that while Anna was in a mysterious hospital location in some squirrely part of the world, her daughter had no idea about it, received no messages, no nothing, so she just assumed her mom was dead. Surprise! Your mom was alive the whole time, you're just bad. Way to win the worst daughter award for not seeking out your mother when she just disappeared. At number 6, and at number 5.
Hanzo-san!
Who are you?
It is I, your brother, Genji!
No! Genji, I killed you! You dare violate the sanctity of my man cave!
You thought I was dead. But in fact, you have made me better than I ever was. Thanks to you, I now have booze, women, and video games. All the things that you've ever wanted now belong to me.
No!
What do you have to say to that, brother?
I killed you! I will take everything! I will make you share!
No, brother. Not this time. Sasha! Mercedes!
Yeah! Impossible!
Yes, that's right. The Double Dragon brothers Hanzo and Genji take the number 6 and number 5 spots. But unlike in Double Dragon, instead of killing each other because of a girl, they're killing each other because Hanzo likes honor and Genji doesn't like being a dick. And because of making the decision to kill his brother Genji, Hanzo now has to live with the consequences. Ergo, his brother's a cyber ninja, and he's not. And that makes him fundamentally worse. And in our number 4 spot.
You want me to stop it here or you want to keep going?
We're fine!
Okay, we're rolling. You all good? Is the sun in your eyes or anything?
Oh, no. I got you in my sights, it's fine.
Ha, alright. Very good. So, Soldier, you're getting older now. What do you do with your time now that you're retired?
These days, a lot of people can see me down at the tennis range, swinging my stuff. I gotta keep my legs and arms limber for if I ever go back in service.
Just you miss the old guys from Overwatch and...
Every damn day. But they don't bother writing or phoning me or anything, If they don't contact me, why would I ever talk to them?
Yeah, sure.
I make new friends. I've made new friends.
Who?
Larry.
Okay.
I got you in my sight!
Why do you always say that? You always say that.
Shut up, Larry!
You son of a bitch! Why do you do that? You take it way too seriously. We're playing a pickup game, you crazy asshole.
You can take it less.
Oh, my leg! Oh! So, would you care to address the rumors that you and Reaper are starting to reconcile your differences?
Well, Reaper and I had a falling out back when he destroyed Overwatch and tried to kill me, but since then, we really kind of mended things. And that's what she said to me, but I mean, things happen. What about you, Reaper? How you feeling? You don't say. Well, you wanna, play tennis later? Dude, it's fine, I'll teach you. Look, we're good. I'm good. I can make you better. I think he was insulted by that. It's fine. He'll get over it. Cry baby.
So you do still keep in touch with the old team?
Nah, not really. It's just tennis.
Looks like Mercy's spreading the salt again.
So you're completely out of the business. You don't do any of that anymore?
No. I've changed my ways. Mostly. I mean, sometimes I still stop by the watch points and take their attack plans, but it's nothing big. Nothing big.
You can't just do that.
Hello? I started it. It's my place. Overwatch is mine. And those are my plans that they wrote.
Then why did you have to steal them if they're yours anyways?
It's a long story. Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe we shouldn't do this.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, it's been a real pleasure. Now please shut that thing.
And here's number 3.
Alright, so it's kind of obligatory that the guy in a black cloak who runs around with a mask on his face and who generally just doesn't talk to people in a very nice way is probably on the edgier, more tragic side of the Overwatch canon. And to answer your question, he does have a transdimensional rift that he drops all those guns into, so it's totally fine. I swear, the environmentalists that act up against Reaper just because he throws away a few too many guns. It's ridiculous. Reaper's backstory is that of a Shakespearean tragic character. Once upon a time, Jack Morrison and him were under experimentation. As a result, they both became super soldiers, but one was really good at soldiering and the other one was just good at kind of disappearing. So naturally, Jack Morrison, aka Soldier 76, becomes the leader of Overwatch, and they just kind of say, hey, Reaper, go play over there in that sandbox over there. You get Blackwatch. Yeah, no, it's covert ops, I promise you. It's very important, very important. You don't get any glory, though. You work in the shadows. We don't really talk about you. By all accounts, Reaper saw himself as just as good as Soldier 76, so why couldn't he be leader? To show off just how good of a leader he'd be, Reaper then went on to destroy Overwatch and kill Soldier 76. Reaper is tragic for the same reason that most main villains are. He's successfully taken by force what he never got in normal life, and now he gets to just enjoy the pile of ashes he's created. And somehow there are still people more tragic than the destroyer of Overwatch.
Number 2.
Look, Junkrat is pretty dang tragic, okay? For one thing, anything about who Junkrat used to be and what he used to do and who he was, just go ahead and throw that out the window because it doesn't matter anymore. He might have been the executive producer of what did people watch in Australia? Housewives of Melbourne. You see, in the not-so-distant past in Overwatch, the government had decided in an effort to create peace that they would allow the Omnics to live in harmony by giving them essentially a reservation chunk of land of the outback of Australia to inhabit. Well, the uproarious, non-sympathetic to synthetics team of brigands decided that they would not allow this to happen. So they went at it, headed by the master of the entire operation, Roadhog, to go into the Omnics reservation and destroy their core reactor, causing a nuclear detonation that wiped out most of the outback. Don't ask me how Roadhog survived, he's probably a ghost or something. Frankly, I think Reaper and him are basically the same person. Meanwhile, our executive producer, Dr. Firefighter Police Officer Junkrat was just wandering the outbacks looking for scraps when all of a sudden he got basked with far too much radioactive nuclear fallout. This fallout caused Junkrat to lose everything: his home, probably his family, and he was forced to live out in the outback wildlands while having his brain addled with sudden desires for pyrotechnics. By the way, it was essentially a reset button on his personality. Junkrat is no longer whoever he used to be, so as far as its relevance to the story, it is no longer.
Look at those sad, sad little happy clown eyes. Oh, the life that could have been.
The tragedy doesn't end there though, because Junkrat was, as his name states, ratting his way through some junk. He managed to find a valuable thing that made him the target of a number of bounty hunters. For protection, he goes and hires a bodyguard by the name of Roadhog. That's right. The person that destroyed his life is now his bodyguard slash best friend in crime.
Alright.
You know him, buddy. You know him.
Hey, why don't you go get our stuff? All right? I'll hold our seats for us.
Yeah, man.
Thanks.
What if he finds out that I killed his wife, his child, his dog, and dug 50 holes in his front yard? What if he doesn't want to be my friend anymore? I hope he brings back Chunky Monkey. What if he finds out that I'm a one-man apocalypse?
Hey, dude, they had vanilla and chocolate.
That's something to get excited about right there.
Dude, oh, yeah. What's up, man? You seem a bit down.
No, I'm all good. I'm good.
All right, man. Whatever you say. My best pal.
Yeah. Back at you.
And in our number 1 spot.
Everything you know about Widowmaker's personality you can throw out the window because it's not real. See, once upon a time, Widowmaker was happily married, and her husband was in Overwatch. She was never an agent of Overwatch, simply married to one. Being apparently useless in her previous life, Amelie Lacroix, or Emily Lacroix if you want to be absolutely horrifically wrong, was abducted by Talon terrorist agents. From there, the Talon agents did horrible, unspeakable things to Amelie's mind.
Who are you? What do you want from me?
I think you'll find out soon enough. My little pony.
My little pony.
My little pony. You
can't do this.
Wonder what friendship. No, you can't. My little pony. You can't. Until you share its magic with me. My little pony. No. My little pony.
When Overwatch found her later on, they took her home to her husband, and promptly a few nights later, he was killed in his sleep by none other than Amelie Lacroix, aka Widowmaker. So let's tally that up. She lost her husband, her mind, her skin turned blue because they conditioned her to not need as much oxygen so that she could aim better, and oh yeah, she doesn't even fight with the good guys even remotely anymore, so yeah, she's a bad egg. Hey everybody, and thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, or donate to my Patreon to help keep this show running. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this short because this is already a pretty long video, but if you would like to join the community, you can always follow me on twitch.tv/Timbertaft and watch my streams on Thursdays, or join our Discord where you can meet other people who enjoy the videos and talk with me directly if you like. Feedback, general chatter, memes, it's all there. And that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.